Hey guys, question for you. Have you ever searched a local service keyword or a search term in Google and you got the answer on the top of Google even before the other search results come about? That's the Google AI overview. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can put your business featured on the top before all the other results in the Google AI overview. This is called AEO, Answer Engine Optimization. That's the new frontier on what's happening with SEO, search engine optimization. So here's the thing, guys, right? The Google landscape, the digital marketing landscape, the reality is changing so fast. If you're still relying on traditional SEO tactics, it still works, right? 60-70% still SEO, but there's a vast majority, maybe 20, 30, 40%, some people say up to 50% already now, moving fast towards AI, right? In this day and age, people don't want to search for something and then go click one by one on each of the websites to find the answers or to make a call and call the contractor. They want the answers on the top, AI, right? That display. This means that half the time when somebody searches for Google, Google is displaying the answer right on the top. Google doesn't even say, here are 10 results, you can go and check it out. Google now says, here's the answer right there. You don't even have to click. So here's the good news. In this video, I'm going to go over a few things that you can do right now to see how you can get your business, maybe your client's business, right on that AI overview right there on the top, so that you get more customers. My name is Saravanan Ganesh. If you've been following me for some time, I've been doing SEO, search engine optimization, for over a decade now. One of the things I pride myself in is always testing things out, reverse engineering the Google algorithm. And so in the latest AI gold rush, if you will, there's so much coming at us, and you can literally get overwhelmed on how to use that. And one of the things I do in my community is, of course, we do SEO, but we don't just go and do AI because every other day there's a new AI tool coming up. What we do and test out is the interaction between SEO and AI, and how we can get the AEO answers, how we can rank inside LLMs like ChatGPT and Claude and Grok and everything in between. So first, let's talk about the difference between SEO and AEO. SEO is all about ranking your website or your Google business profile on the top of Google, right? For your keyword, your search term, whatever you want to call it. AEO is becoming the answer, right? So as an example, you see on the screen, when somebody searches for this, best water heater installation in Dallas, I'm going to show you some examples, a lot more examples. This is what happens. In this day and age, people want instant results. So gone are the days when somebody searches for plumber in Dallas and then goes and clicks 2 or 3 websites and then reads and then calls. They want an answer right away. Plumber in Dallas, top right there, AI, and then call. Okay. A lot of people are also now moving into voice and searching inside ChatGPT and even searching in other platforms like TikTok. Right, my 13-year-old daughter, she doesn't use Google anymore. She searches everything and anything with TikTok, or she talks to ChatGPT all the time. So if you want to be getting your keywords inside LLMs, okay, LLM is a large language model like ChatGPT, like Claude, like Grok, or AEO, like just on the top of Google, that's where the real business is. So I'm going to right now share my screen, go over some of the steps that you can do right now to be able to get your website featured in AEO. Let's go. So here we are, Dominate Google AI Overviews, so the ultimate AEO guide that I put up, right? Here's a small example. One more tip for you. A lot of people these days are searching on the mobile phone. Very few are searching traditional desktop. So that's one of the things we'll talk about, why you need to be optimized for mobile, okay? But this is how an AI overview looks like. You don't see any links. The first ad actually comes below the AI overview answer, right? Some of the statistics, I don't want to go into details, right? 55% of Google searches show an AI overview. This is according to one of the sources. We don't know how true it is, but it is, even if you do your own personal search, you will find that approximately half the searches that come up, they display an AI overview, right? This is what I mean by AI overview, okay? Now, one thing I get asked by clients all the time is, hey, my click-through rate has gone down. Okay, basically, the number of people clicking on my website has gone down thanks to AEO. But they also mentioned that they actually get a lot of leads also. The quality of leads has gone up. So because with AEO, you don't have to click on the website to get your answer. The answer is right there, right? These leads actually convert higher. So the click-through rate can go down, but the quality of leads go up, right? So like I said, SEO is like raising your hand. Hey, I'm one of the top 5 guys. Check me out. AEO is right there, right? SEO, we focus on rankings. We are competing with 10 other competitors right there. We're optimizing for keywords, okay? In AEO, we still do a lot of the foundational SEO stuff, but it's a bit slightly different, okay? We focus on being the answer. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what do I mean by that, right? Creating conversational content, okay? We don't have to compete with other guys because everybody is below us, right? We are right on the top. We optimize for questions, okay? Most of the results that come up as AEO are questions, and I'm going to show you real life examples right now. The goal here is, okay, in traditional SEO is page 1. I'll get you in the top of page 1, top 5 positions of page 1. Here we're just saying you are the top guy. There's no I'm competing with anybody. You are the man, right? This is broader traffic. This is high intent traffic. And I'm going to go into all of that step by step, right? Don't worry about all these slides, okay? I created some of these slides and my VA put some slides in. So don't worry about all this. Here's the first thing you need to know, right? AEO, what we've seen is it pulls a lot of information from your Google business profile, especially if you're a local business with a GBP, okay? So you want to make sure you have 100% complete information, accurate information in your GBP, okay? That means business information, pictures, reviews, responses to reviews with keywords if possible, GBP posts, stuff like that, right? Very important, NAP consistency, name, address, phone number, okay? Let me actually go and show you a couple of examples of what I mean by that. When I search for a question here, how much to replace a water heater? This is a small AEO, right? AI overview. And this is from nerdwallet.com. This is a national keyword, if you will, right? But here is what I want to show you. When I search for the same keyword, but in Dallas, specific to a location, this is an AEO answer, right? AI generated content, right? But the key is it takes this content from this website, CR Plumbing Air Electric, okay? When I Google water heater installation, because this is all about water heaters, right? This is an ad, Google ad. This is a GBP, you know how that is. This is the #1 website that is ranking, the same CR Plumbing guy. So he's ranking #1 for SEO, but he's also ranking AEO. It's the same page, water heater installation, DFI safety cost. Let's go here. Water heater installation, DFI safety cost, the same page. You see that, right? In this AEO, right, you see this is this text that's displayed here answering your question that Google's AI pulls from the website and shows it to you, right? This is the content right here. Okay, where did that go? Okay, I actually highlighted it for you, right? Let's search for that, okay? Between this and this, if I go here and search for that, okay, where's that, right? There we go. This is the exact content, the average total cost to purchase this in Dallas favorably to national averages is what it shows over here. It pulls it from this website. And so this website, crplumbingdfw.com/water heater installation page, look at the content that they have written for this page, right? It is #1, I want to see the number of content, the amount of words of text content, right? They have not just put up a blurb that says water heater installation. They have actually wrote about types of water heaters. They've actually wrote about understanding the safety codes. Honestly, if I'm searching as a customer, if I want to Google and call a plumber to replace my water heater, I'm not going to go read through all this. But they've written all this temperature, pressure relief, valve installation, all of this, this, because they are optimizing for SEO and AEO. This is what I mean by, where was that? This is what exactly I mean by, where did that go? Optimize for questions. Okay, so most of the time, like if I do a search, I can find the exact page. Hold on a second. Right. If I do a keyword-based search, this is not a question. Look what's coming up. Ad, okay, GBP, and then the result. But if I'm asking a question, how to replace water heater in Dallas, you get the idea, right? Now, water heater installation cost. If I go and search for what is the cost, what is the installation cost? What is the water heater installation cost in Dallas? Let's take a look what comes up. Okay, NG comes up, but then this one comes up. So they are not optimized specifically for this. But as you keep going down, DIY versus professional water heater installation. Okay, let's see. Can you explain DIY versus installation in DFW area? The same guy comes up. You get the idea. So these are longer tail keywords. Yes, it's lesser in volume, right? Most of the people are still searching for water heater installation, right? But a good portion of the people searches are now moving to question-based searches. This same guy, let's go to our main keyword that we went to, right? How much to replace water heater in Dallas? And if we search it in ChatGPT, I'm not going to look in it right now, but it could be a good possibility that they're ranking in ChatGPT also, okay, or any other LLMs. But right now we're focusing on AEO, right? So you want to make sure you have that. You want to have localized landing pages, right? Make sure your content is unique for every service page and the suburbs, okay? Don't just copy and paste in Dallas and Plano and all the suburbs. If you can create unique content, do that. That's going to help, okay? Fresh reviews, responses, you got that. And then this is a big one, guys, okay? It has to be mobile optimized, especially faster loading. You'll be surprised, okay? A lot of businesses, they don't even do that. One of the other things you want to do is the new way of doing SEO or ranking for AEO, if you will. Don't just go after the main keyword, dog trainer Austin or water heater Austin or Dallas, right? Go for these questions, okay? What people are asking for, because half the time, people, what are they doing? They actually ask inside, they're just talking to their phone, okay? Ask Google, hey Siri, hey Alexa, hey ChatGPT, hey Google, whatever it is. You get the idea, right? You want to structure your answer for maximum AI extraction. So you want to give everything to Google so Google knows what to take from, right? That means, H1, H2. If you want a more in-depth, step-by-step, okay, I'll put a link below. You can click on it and get a step-by-step PDF on exactly everything we give you to rank for AEO. But literally, you want to go through all of this. One of the most important things is schema markup, which is basically speaking Google's language. So schema markup can get a bit technical, but I'm going to simplify it as much as possible. It is basically giving structured code, adding code to your website's code, okay? It's basically adding structured data to your website's code to let Google know what your website is all about, right? Here is an example of a schema markup, right? Just all this code, but you don't have to worry about creating all this code. Literally, you can go to Google and just say, generate schema, tools to generate schema, and this is going to come up. Google structured data markup helper. There's other plugins like Yoast SEO, stuff like that. So when you add a local business schema, you're telling Google what your business name is. You're telling Google the business address, the phone number, the hours. Without this data, Google has to kind of guess it, scan through, crawl your website, and take it, right? Here, you're explicitly giving the information. Hope it makes some sense. Don't get technical. Use one of these tools I show you, and you can literally get that going, right? FAQ pages are AEO gold mines. I've always been using this, telling my people in my community to use this, right? FAQ. You can literally go to something like peoplesearch.com, or even easier, right? You can literally go here. Look, this is what is meant by FAQ. If Google is showing you this, right, that means there are enough people searching for something like that. And the more you click, the more opens up. You see that? So what you do if you are looking to rank in Dallas is you just copy this question. How much should I pay to have my water heater replaced? And then add in Dallas, and that's the page you create. Or have all the FAQs in one page. It doesn't matter, right? specifically a separate page for each of this. But don't copy this content because that's from homedepot.com. When you take this question, create your own content, don't copy the answers, that's from sears.com. Does that make sense? Now, if you go and put in your each page in Dallas or put some content around Dallas, chances are very high it's going to show up like this guy here, right? Ray's Plumbing showing up in Dallas. Does that make sense, right? So that's a big help when it comes to getting you in AI, right? So what you need to understand is AI pulls from authority, right? When I say authority, okay, the amount of content you have, conversational content you have, schema you have in there is not just, okay, you're ranking on page 1, so I have to show you may not even be ranking on page 1 for the main keyword, but the question keyword, the longer tail keyword, you'll probably be coming in the AEO section, right? Hope that makes some sense, guys, right? I don't want to go into depth, right? But one of the most important things I want to leave you with, reviews are very powerful. You don't even have to have, if you have a lot of reviews, great, that's going to help you a lot. But let's say your competitors, the top 3 guys in GBP, in the maps ranking, have hundreds of reviews. You only have a dozen reviews. Don't worry, okay? That doesn't mean you won't be able to rank. Just get consistent reviews going. It's not just the number of reviews. It's not just the total number of reviews. It is also the frequency of reviews, right? So if you haven't had reviews going on for months and then you suddenly start 2 to 3 reviews a week consistently, then you're replying to them with keyword, okay? When they get in the reviews, if you can get the reviews with the keyword, right? Reach out to your customers, right? Get that consistently going. Chances are pretty high you're going to rank in the map pack and in the AEO section, okay? Last thing I'll leave you with is this, right? You always want to measure. That's one of the things we do is we are testing, we are tracking all the time. These are different things you can track in the Google Search Console. If you have it, Google Analytics, GBP Insights, all of this, as simple as go open your GBP, Google Business Profile, and check your user actions are going up or not for a specific keyword, right? Same thing with Google Search Console, okay? And keep testing it out. And the more you test it out, the more you're going to find answers, okay? If this helps so far, I have a detailed step-by-step on what you need to do one by one to optimize your GBP, your website, all of that for your keywords to show up in AEO. I'll put the link in below. You can go click on that and get that information, okay? With that, signing out.